The swarm brought ruin to our world. Our proud people became refugees. And yet, they could not shatter our unity. For we are bound by the Kala, the sacred union of our every thought and emotion. Today, we retake our homeworld, and with it, our legacy. Templar. At long last, we stand at the threshold of destiny. For today, we will restore the glory of our legacy. Today, we will retake what we have lost and reclaim our homeworld. And may the Kala's light guide us.
The invasion fleet stands ready. We await only your command, Hierarch.
You must halt this invasion at once.
Zeratul!
Templar! Arrest this traitor!
No! We will hear him out.
The end war has come. Amon, the Dark One, has returned.
This heretic cannot be trusted.
This invasion is a distraction from the true battle ahead. Amon's fury will engulf the entire galaxy.
Do not forget that it was his interference that brought ruin to Ire.
And that burden weighs heavily upon me. Arcanus, I have found a way to stand against the coming darkness. You must believe me.
We have been through much together, Zeratul. But far too many have sacrificed, in the hopes that this moment would come to pass. Executor! Commence the invasion!
The reclamation of Ire is underway. We are preparing to siege the warp network at Karasan now.
Well done, Selendis. Once the warp conduits are free of infestation, our forces will strike as one across the surface of Ire.
The Templar await your command, Hierarch.
State thy bidding. It shall be as you say.
Warriors, Ire awaits you. March forth and take it!
I have diverted some Colossi to join your forces. Use them well, Artanis.
I am the voice of the Eclipse. I serve. You require my skills. We move unseen.
There is a Zerg hive cluster near your warriors. If possible, we should destroy it.
You require my skills.
Well fought, my warriors. Let us return our focus to reclaiming the warp conduit.
For the reckoning. I am the... We are one with the shadows. State thy bidding. I am the voice of the Eclipse. You require my skills.
Selendis, the conduit is ours. Warp down reinforcements.
As you command.
2 warp conduits remain in the grip of the Zerg. Ready yourselves, brethren. We move for victory.
This. We move unseen. You require my skills.
Artanis, there are more hives in the surrounding area. Destroying them would deal the Zerg a crippling blow.
Very wise.
Hierarch, we thank you for your aid. Allow us to join you in battle.
I am the voice of the...
A hive. Warriors, annihilate it.
We strike as one!
This hive cluster has fallen. Continue on, brothers.
You require. Cold is the void. We are one with the shadow. The void hungers.
May the Kala guide our blades!
You require.
Another hive lies in ruins. Only one remains, my warriors.
I am the voice of the eclipse. It shall be. Cold is the void. You require my
The second warp conduit is activating now.
Psi Matrix signal confirmed. Reinforcements warping in at your location.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Cold is the void.
Artanis, this brood is coordinated. Their actions are intelligent, beyond feral Zerg.
You speak truly, Zeratul. An unseen hand moves them. We must be on guard. The final hive has fallen. Let this be the first victory of many. Ire will be restored.
I serve for now. We are one. You require it.
The final conduit lies before us. Show the Zerg no mercy.
Firstborn, your fate is sealed. Impossible. Hybrid on Ire. It is they who have been leading the Zerg. This is the end.
Unseen. I serve.
The warp conduits have been secured. Our starfighters are moving to take this fight across the surface.
Take command of the invasion, Executor. Zeratul, you and I must discuss this most recent turn of events further. It seems the end war you warned of has begun. Tell me, old friend, what is it you have learned?
I have witnessed the end of all things. Horrific legions of hybrid, raising world upon world. In the darkness, lording over them, a shadowy form. Amon.
Yet, you spoke of a way to stand against him.
This vision was a benevolent one, as if an ancient voice called out from beyond. The keystone shall usher you unto hope.
Keystone?
I saw a burst of light revealing the Zelnaga artifact on the Terran world of Korhal. It is the keystone of this vision. The prophecies speak of Zelnaga standing against Amon in the end times. I believe this keystone will guide us to them.
I have always trusted you, Zeratul, but the burdens of leadership demanded much of me. There are times I am uncertain whether I was truly ready for such weight.
Your doubt is unfounded, young Artanis. You must embrace what you have become, if you are to be the leader we now need.
You will go to James Raynor on Korhal and receive this keystone. I will marshal our forces for the war ahead. When you return, the Templar will be ready. Entaro Tassadar, old friend.
Entaro Artanis, brother.
Zeratul, you must secure the Xel'Naga keystone from James Raynor. My forces will reactivate the Spear of Adun, a warship that will be invaluable in the battles ahead. May Tassadar's shadow hide you, my friend.
Seeker lies in ruins. What has transpired here?
Zerg, protect the Dark Prelate.
The Zerg in this area should have been eradicated. Stalkers, hurry to the Nexus point nearby and warn our brethren. I must investigate this further.
Very well. We move unseen. I am the heart of darkness. The enemy surrounds us. Proceed with caution. Very wise. I serve. We will have to blink across this chasm. It shall be as you require. I am the voice of the Eclipse. Mutalisks. Focus particle disruptors upon them. For the record, state that. I am the voice of the Eclipse. I am the heart of darkness. Veraku. I serve.
Zeratul, the Templar stationed here. I can no longer sense them within the Kala.
Is that not impossible? Your kind cannot disappear from the Kala, unless your nerve cords are severed.
Then the impossible has happened. I can no longer sense Artanis. There is only a void in the Kala where he should be.
The shadow moves against us, Executor. Artanis is in grave peril.
You must raise an army and find him. My Phase-Smith Karax will help you re-establish this Nexus point. Zeratul, save Artanis.
You have not enough minerals.
Dark Prelate Zeratul. I am Karax of the Kalai Caste.
Friend Karax, we must establish this Nexus as quickly as possible.
You can warp in warriors from these gateways now.
A void pylon. It should be able to summon Minera's unseen brothers.
Dark Prelate, we answer your call. State thy bidding. I am the heart. You require.
You have not enough minerals.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
Excellent. You should train additional warriors to deal with larger enemy threats.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
The Nexus Point has been re-established. Once your warriors are ready, you should proceed with your mission, Dark Prelate.
You have not enough.
I am here in the shadows. It shall be as you say.
You have not enough minerals.
I serve. Cold. Stings.
You have not enough minerals.
We are one with the shadows. Very well. I am the voice. Cold is the voice. We are one. You require. I am the heart of darkness. I am the voice of the eclipse. Very well. State thy. It shall be.
You have not enough minerals.
State thy bidding. I am here in the shadow. Intriguing. I am here in the shadows. I serve for now. Cold is we are one with the shadow.
You have not enough minerals.
Very well. We move unseen. I am reckoning.
Zeratul, the Zerg are moving to attack. Rally your defenses.
Fury, I am here in the shadows. I am the heart. I am the voice. I am the cold. I am the voice of the eclipse. Intriguing. Very well.
You require more than.
I am here in the shadows. I serve. We are one. State thy bidding. We move. I am here in the shadows. You require my skills. I am the heart of cold. Is I am here in the shadow.
You have not enough minerals.
I am here. I am the voice of the eclipse. Intriguing.
Zeratul, denier of the Kala. Die!
We are one with it.
These zealots have been corrupted. The hybrid must be behind us. Let us move with purpose.
There. I am here in the shadows. We are one with the shadow. I am the voice of the eclipse. You require my silence. Speak thy bidding.
There, another void pylon.
We are at your service, Zeratul. Void. awakening.
My life for hire.
I am the heart of darkness. It shall be. You acquire a code that is void. Intriguing. Speed thy bidding. I am the heart of darkness. Very well. Intriguing.
You have not enough minerals.
You require my skills. State thy bidding. We move
Executor Solendus, I have encountered your missing Templar, but they have been corrupted, as if possessed. Solendus.
Zeratul, I can sense your presence. The Kala is filled with rage. My mind is being consumed.
Artanis, you must hold on. We are coming for you.
Your lies are meaningless. Purposeless. I grant you salvation.
Amon, the Dark God is here, on Ire. He has wrested control of the Kala. The Templar have fallen. With our nerve cords severed, only we Nerazim remain unaffected. It falls to us to halt this madness, brothers.
My burdens weigh.
We must reach young Artanis. I only pray that we are not too late.
Voices. Whisper of oblivion. Of salvation.
You address me. My allegiance is yours.
The Kala. Fury. And rage.
Glory to the...
I can hear his whispers.
Fight, Artanis. Do not let Amon consume you.
Unending hatred.
He has corrupted the Kala. Your nerve cords chain you to his will. They must be removed.
Zeratul.
Forgive me.
Smith Karax, I have been looking for you.
Artanis, praise the
Your
gods.
nerve cords, they must be removed.
It was done by the Dark Templar. I am free of the Kala's corruption. Are there others?
I have saved all that I could. Come, we must escape this world before time runs out.
Escape? How?
The Spear of Adun still rests beneath the ruins of Kor Shakal. Its generators are ancient, but a phase smith of your ability will know how to bring them online.
The Spear of Adun. I am honored to have the opportunity. This is fortune we cannot ignore.
Indeed. Come, we must go at once.
Hierarch, we are en route to the Spear of Adun. As long as its generators still function, I should be able to bring them online. Once the spear is fully activated, we must flee from this fallen world.
The Spear of Adun lies dormant beneath the heart of the Conclave. I had hoped to raise it, to secure our victory against the Zerg. But now, it is our last hope for survival.
Artanis, why do you flee from your salvation?
Celindis. She has fallen under Amon's control. Karax, we have to bring the Spear of Adun online. The first power cell is activating, but the remaining 4 have been disabled by creep. I see. We have no choice but to clear them. What of our defenses?
Unfortunately, they are without power. However, the Spear of Adun support systems can aid us. They will allow us to deploy pylons anywhere on the battlefield. We should deploy one here as soon as possible. These photon cannons can defend our nexus points, Hierarch. They require only a pylon to function. You can warp in a pylon using the Spear of Adun. Press the Deploy Pylon button at the top of your command screen. Our cannons will now fire upon enemies within range. If they become damaged, the shield battery will restore their shielding.
These defenses will indeed be vital to our evacuation, but our first priority must be to clear the power cells of Creep.
I am the voice.
We can now transform our gateways into warp gates. This allows us to warp in warriors to any area with pylon power. Hierarch, only some of your gateways have transformed into warp gates. It is better to commit to a single warp-in strategy.
You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
I am here in the shadows.
My life for iron.
I am the voice. I am here in the shadows.
You require more Vespine gas. You have not enough minerals.
Circling bioforms on approach to our nexus. We must rally our defenses. The second power cell is active. The Spear's sensor array is reacting.
Do not deny your destiny, Artanis. Your people have finally found true unity.
Sensors online. Wait, what is this? Warp prisms approaching our nexus point.
Stalkers, eliminate those warp prisms.
I serve now. Very wise.
I am detecting unpowered warp gates nearby. Constructing a pylon next to them would restore their power, giving us an advantage. The Spear of Adun's deploy pylon ability would be ideal for this. Of course, our probes can always warp in pylons as well.
Veraku.
forces have discovered a warp gate. Now, we only need to construct a pylon to power it.
Cold is the void.
Warp gate online. We can begin warping in warriors from it immediately, Hierarch.
Upgrade complete. Highlight for iron.
Verak.
You have not enough minerals. Highlight for iron.
Very well.
You require more Vespine gas.
We are one with the shadows. Very wise.
Karax, I've brought another warp gate online. Prepare it for immediate use.
State. I am the voice of the cold is the.
You have not.
I am here. We move unseen.
I would advise caution, Hierarch. You are approaching the Zerg's hive cluster. It will be heavily defended.
Very wise. I am the voice of the It shall be as you say.
You have not enough minerals. Highlight for
We move unseen.
base is under attack.
Very well.
Command.
You require me. I am the voice of the Eclipse. State thy bidding. Cold.
Upgrade complete.
Very wise.
You have not enough minerals. Highlight for iron.
For the record.
Every hand turns against you. Even the ground beneath your feet carries the seeds of my victory.
Is the void.
Nidus worms. Warriors, strike them down. We are not defeated yet.
Let our enemy know.
All life is broken, flawed. It must be reforged.
Not enough minerals.
I serve for now. Very well.
We're almost finished, Hierarch. The Spear of Adun is nearly online. Only one cell remains.
Enough. The end to the cycle of infinite madness has come. Cease your struggle against the salvation I bring. Struggle no more. Be released from your pain.
Our pylon is under attack.
I am here in the shadows.
We embrace the glory of battle.
I am the voice.
Justice speak.
I am the heart of darkness. You feel
Another pack of Zerglings is approaching our nexus from the south.
You have not enough minerals.
Veraku.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Cold is the void.
Justice.
You require me. We are one with the shadows. Cold is the void. We move unseen. Intriguing. State thy eclipse. For the reckoning. It shall be as you say. Very wise. Veraku. Very well. We still require my skills.
You have not enough minerals. You have not...
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
All shall be one. All conflict shall end.
Well done, Hierarch. All of the abandoned warp gates are now under our control.
Speak thy bidding.
You have not enough minerals.
I serve.
Power transfer completed. The Spear of Adun is ready to depart.
Let all Firstborn free from Amon aboard, Facesmith. We must flee this world if we are to survive.
As you command. The Spear of Adun, a marvel of Kalai engineering, and last of the three great Ark ships, each created to ensure the continuation of our culture in a dark time. Its chambers rest contingents of zealots, Templar who bravely sacrificed, entering suspension so that they may serve as this vessel's army. Though it pains me greatly, I have begun severing their nerve cords. Ship's lower decks contain a star forge capable of constructing weapons of war. There is much to learn about this vessel. Its technology is ancient, yet highly advanced. We are aboard a relic from a glorious time, when our culture shined as a constellation. The Celestial Array has been updated, Hierarch. From here, you may select our next point of travel.
With this vessel, we will avenge what has transpired, Karax, and we will free the Templar. Ire is lost once more. My great vision of reclamation left in ruins. This shall... The Nerazim of Shakuras ritually sever their connection to the Kala. Because of this, they are now the last free Protoss. I must reach them before Amon's armies.
Shakuras is overrun. Loss of life is extensive. Hold. We are receiving a transmission.
Praise the gods. Artanis, you live.
Matriarch Vorazun, what has happened here?
Shakuras has fallen. The warp gate linking this world to Ire has been reopened. Countless hybrid and Zerg pour from the other side. They've obliterated our cities, decimated our Shadow Guard. We are trying to evacuate the remaining population, but I am uncertain whether we can hold long enough to get them safely away.
We will give you the time you need, Matriarch. My Templar are inbound.
Hierarch, before our armies engage the enemy, it would be wise to review our military capabilities within the War Council.
Karax, even without the Kala's light, I can sense your sadness, your pain. Does the Spear of Adun bring you no joy?
That is just it, Hierarch. Without the Kala, it is as if I am blind. I cannot sense your feelings, know the true depth of your thoughts. I cannot call upon the surety of other Phase-Smiths. I am alone.
I feel the isolation as well, as though thrashing within the vacuum of space. But you are not alone, brother.
To think, the Dark Templar have endured this existence all this time. The days ahead will not be easy.
We may not have the Kala to rely on, Karax, but we still stand as one. We will endure. There is no other option.
My Dark Templar were tracking your invasion on Ire when we were cut off. Then the warp gate opened. What happened, Artanis?
Amon used the Kala to seize control of the Templar. I could feel his rage tearing through me, and I was powerless against it. Zeratul found me. It was there that he...
Yes?
He tried to free me. And he succeeded, at the cost of his own life. He fell by my hand.
It was Amon's deed, not yours.
Zeratul came to me with a warning, but I did not act. Because of this, he is now gone, and the stars burn dimmer for his loss. Amon's deed or not, I carry a burden, Matriarch. One that cannot be easily lifted. A preserver? Released from stasis?
She still bears her nerve cords. She is tethered to the Kala.
Hold. I am Rohana, Grand Preserver of the Valari, and your War Council advisor. You must be the Executor in command.
You are not possessed by the Dark One. How is this possible?
I feel darkness lingering at the edges of my every thought, but I am not corrupted. Preservers of my station have trained to control the Kala's every ripple. I assure you, I will stave off this evil and serve you better by doing so. As all preservers, I hold the memories and personalities of Protoss prior to my submission to stasis. This will allow me to contrast your tactical decisions with those of past executors. From this chamber, you will be able to make all military allocations.
I am Artanis, Hierarch of the Daylon. I lead all that is left of our civilization. Your memories are indeed of use, Rohana. But make no mistake. If you fall to this corruption, I will not hesitate to destroy you.
It is understood. I am prepared for the Firstborn's darkest power. Come, let me show you what may be done here. The assembly panel awaits, Hierarch. We may begin whenever you are ready.
I have heard only tales of the Grand Preservers. I did not expect to encounter one aboard this vessel.
That is not surprising, Hierarch. My sisters and I are unique, trained from birth to master every intricacy of the Kala. I have experienced its true depth, plunged the infinite spectrum of emotion and memory. It is because of this gift we were selected to enter stasis, so that we may guide you in our most dire hour.
Your sisters were aboard the other Ark ships? Then they...
are one with the Kala, fallen during the Zerg invasion of Aiur. I know this. I feel the tragedy that has befallen us, more deeply than you may realize.
A terrible burden has been laid upon you, Rohana.
Yet it is my fate to bear it. A fate foreseen by the same minds that constructed this vessel. I trust in their wisdom, Hierarch. I will serve my purpose, much as you must serve yours. The assembly panel allows you to customize your army based on the Protoss technology we encounter. Select a warrior category to begin. Now you may choose one of the two factions for use in upcoming battles. These assignments are not permanent and can be altered as our combat needs change.
The Shadow Guard waits. We are the Blades of Iron. The Shadow Guard waits.
I am here in the shadows.
I have returned.
The Zerg infestation is overtaking Telemetros. Our evacuation is already in great peril. Your aid cannot come soon enough, Hierarch. Shakuras teams with Amon's Zerg broods. We hold only the southwest quadrant of Telemetros, and even that is in peril. We must evacuate our people, but the launch bays have been defiled with infestation. Only ground forces can clear them. Once the bays are free, the planetary warp conduit will allow our ships to escape safely.
The launch bays will be cleared. Your people will survive, Matriarch. This I swear.
The darkness rides. I will come.
You will need the aid of my Dark Templar in this battle. They can strike from the shadows without fear of reprisal.
Jakku, fear is an illusion. You seek our service.
Artanis, I'm detecting a rift opening near your position. Avoid Thrasher. By the gods, it's sieging the warp conduit.
Karax, are any of the Spear of Idun's weapon systems ready for use?
Orbital strike is online. Designating targets.
The Thrasher has been weakened. Warriors, move in and seal its fate.
Orbital strikes can now be fired from the Spear of Idun's command panel, Hierarch.
The Thrasher is slain, but it will be for naught if the launch bays remain infested.
Comply.
These vaults hold the city's last energy reserves. Claiming them should aid you in the fight ahead.
I bask in the twilight. Clever.
The Zerg have extensively fortified this area. An orbital strike would help us break through their defenses.
I bask in the twilight. Cartoon. Clever. They shall fall. What would you ask?
Upgrade complete.
I am but a phantom. I am. What would you ask? I bask in the twilight. Nospin. I am the blade of the Narazine. Cartoon, I bet the darkness rides.
Be careful. The spore crawlers and overseers ahead can detect our Dark Templars' movements. Slay them first.
Shore up our defenses. The Zerg are moving to attack our nexus point.
Indeed, completing bonus objectives will allow me to improve the Spear of Idun's power. There are 2 vaults left in the city.
Clever. I have returned. Jakku.
not enough minerals. You have not enough minerals.
You seek out.
You have not enough minerals.
Fear is an illusion. By the void. I bask in the twilight. I am intrigued.
Second Thrasher. The conduit is under assault.
Upgrade complete.
Clever.
The Thrasher has been eliminated. This would be an opportune moment to clear the launch bays.
I have returned.
I bask in the twilight. Jakku Inak. You. Fear is an Nasperu.
I walk the shadowed path.
What would you ask of us?
Matriarch Vorazun, the first launch bay has been cleared. Continue evacuating.
You seek our service.
Awaiting instruction.
I bask in the twilight.
I am needed.
Jakku Inak. I am the blade of the Narazim. I will comply.
Engaging foe.
Clever. I am in none. Ever vigilant. Nasperu Unatar. You seek our service. What would you ask of us? I am intrigued. Your team.
You have not enough minerals. We have secured a second launch bay.
Well done. Half of the bays are launching evacuation ships.
You have not enough minerals.
Returned.
By the void. Clever. I am the blade of the Narazim. I will comply. The darkness lights. I am but a phantom.
Engaging foe.
Another Thrasher has appeared. You know what must be done.
That should buy the conduit more time. You have not enough minerals.
I walk the shadowed path.
What?
I walk the shadowed.
You have not enough minerals.
By the void. The darkness. Jakku. Clever. I am intrigued. By the void. Nasperu Unadar. I will comply. You seek ours. Alakur.
You have not enough.
I have returned. I walk the shadowed path.
I am but a phantom. I am the blade of the Narrowing. I am intrigued. I will comply. Clever. I am the blade of the Narrow. No, Nasperu. The shadow. Jakuna. I will comply. Katu.
We have purged the infestation. Only one launch bay remains disabled.
But if Jakun,
I walk the shadowed path.
I am intrigued. I am but a phantom. I will come.
You must construct.
You must construct additional pylons. This will provide us with supply we can use to train new warriors. We are recovering the last Solarite reserve now. The solar core should be augmented by the time our forces return, Hierarch.
I am the blade of the Narazim. Ever I bask in the twilight. Clever.
Amon has sent another Void Thrasher against us. Slay it before the conduit falls.
Another Thrasher felled. Is there no end to these abominations?
Got to.
All flames wait the enemy.
I am the blade of the Narazim. I am intrigued.
You must place that as a power field.
I walk the shadowed path.
I will comply. I am intrigued. I am the blade of the Narazim.
Blades meet the enemy. I walk the shadowed
What would you ask of us? I bask in the twilight.
The launch bays have been reclaimed. Matriarch, you may complete the evacuation.
You have saved my people, Artanis, and they will never forget it. Despite this tragedy, I am pleased to see you once more, Hierarch. I had hoped that our next interaction would be your announcement of Ayer's reclamation.
As did I. Instead, the Templar have fallen.
Then the threat is greater than I realized.
We cannot let the same fate befall Shakuras.
It is too late for that. Amon Zerg poured through the warp gate as a tide of flesh and blade. They have already overrun Telemetros and are nearing the shrines of Lizul. This world is lost. With such an infestation, Shakuras must be destroyed.
Destroy Shakuras? I will not permit this.
Permit? Shakuras was my people's home long before we offered yours sanctuary upon it. I will not let this world be a den for Amon's forces. Worlds may fall to ash. What matters is that we endure.
To lose Shakuras and Ire.
We are a vagabond people, Artanis. Our true home has always been Ire. Let us reclaim it together.
It is fitting that the daughter of Raja Gal decides the fate of the world she helped forge. Let us make preparations at once.
The solar core requires your attention, Hierarch. Please visit it at your earliest convenience.
Of all the Templar, you never wavered in the belief that our two peoples could live in unity. It is something I admired in you.
It is ironic to hear you say this. All this time, I believed you were reluctant to accept the unity I sought.
You and I had many a disagreement in the Twilight Council. For day by day, I saw my people losing what they were. I saw our precious old ways erode.
You wished to preserve them.
I am Nerazim, Dark Templar. I hold great pride in my people.
But you are also Protoss. That is the greater affiliation.
That is not what the Conclave believed when we were exiled long ago. Your kind had ire. Our culture is all we ever had. This was not an easy decision, but I would rather see Shakuras destroyed than overwhelmed by Amon Zerg. We have much to plan, Hierarch.
All this time, this wretched little world was within striking distance of our fleets.
Much has changed since your era, Preserver. The Dark Templar are now our allies.
There was a time when the Protoss were broken. Throughout the aeon of strife, we tore at each other with wanton abandon. Only one path was ever found to end the madness and unify our people. The Kala. The Dark Ones rejected its light. They denied their own race. How can you fight for them?
For one so sworn to preserve our history, Rohana, how can you be so blind to its turn?
I see I have offended you, Hierarch. My apologies. Adapting to this period is difficult. Cloaked warriors are now available for deployment.
Got to. Vengeance for ire. Got to.
The evacuation ships have reported it. This was not an easy decision, but I would rather see Shakuras destroyed than overwhelmed by Amon Zerg. We have much to plan, Hierarch.
Tell me, Vorazun, how will we bring destruction to your world?
The Zelnaga Temple's phase prism can be overloaded, forcing a spike of energy into the planet's core. Enough of a charge, and the planet will shatter. Amon will not possess my world.
I've been thinking about this choice.
Are you reconsidering?
No. My time here has reminded me of the courage of your people. That we must fight. If we are to suffer, then so too will Amon. We will lure as many of Amon's hybrid and Zerg through the gateway as we can. Only once enough are through to wound him will we overload the temple and flee.
You mean to bleed him? Bold. But we can't risk the forces it would require to do such a thing.
Leave that to me, Matriarch. I have learned much from the Dark Templar.
Our forces have secured the Zelnaga temple grounds. Artemis, how go your preparations?
I'm configuring the temple now, but without the Uraj and the Callus, it will take time.
Time is not all it will take. The temple's energies are regulated by 3 Zenith stones. Only once they are destroyed can the temple be overloaded.
Until then, we must defend it from the Zerg and their hybrid masters.
The Nerazim have long used Kadaran monoliths to protect our lands. I see your Phase-Smith has become familiar with them.
Indeed, Matriarch. The monoliths are quite deadly and fire a considerable distance. They should prove instrumental in our defense.
The moment has come. Let us begin. The sooner the Zenith Stones are destroyed, the better off we shall be. The Zerg will overwhelm the temple grounds shortly.
Agreed. Although, should it become necessary, my Dark Templar can sneak through the enemy and destroy the stones.
What would you ask of us? I am but a phantom. Cartoon. I will comply. Clever. I am intrigued. By the void. I am the blade of the Nerazim.
The Zerg gathered for an attack to the southwest. Ignite your blades, warriors.
They're also. I walk the shadowed path. I am intrigued. You seek our service. Fear is an illusion. I am but a phantom.
Hierarch, there are more resources nearby. We can construct a second nexus near them to accelerate our harvesting.
Not enough energy.
Nasperu Unadar. I will come. None shall break us. I love darkness. By the void, I bask in the twilight. Clever.
to the northwest.
You have not enough minerals.
You seek our service. You seek our service. I will comply. Jakku, what would you ask of us? I bask in the twilight.
Artanis, our observers are reporting a vast number of Zerg have poured onto Shakuris.
And yet, not a single hybrid. Amon is testing our resolve.
The dark Nasberu.
Upgrade complete.
What would you ask of us? Fear is an illusion.
The Zerg approached the temple from the southeastern accessway.
What would you ask of us? Fear is an illusion.
Base is under attack.
The temple grounds are still vulnerable. We should construct more photon cannons and Kadaran monoliths before they are overrun.
You must construct additional pipe.
I have returned.
Khatun. I am the blade of the Narazim. The darkness rides. I bask in you seek our service.
Curious. There are overlords closing on the temple grounds.
I have seen this tactic before. They are transporting ground forces. Destroy the overlords, quickly.
Our readouts indicate there are nearly 500 million Zerg on Shakuras. All of them moving for this temple.
Let them come. The Templar will endure.
Fear is an illusion. The guard moves. It. Nah, Adam, Sayos. The shadow.
Exercise caution when attacking a Zenith Stone. The energies within may become volatile as it is damaged.
We stand ever vigilant. Give us. I walk the shadowed path. I walk the shadowed path. Your command is not. Our world is under attack. We await our...
Be on guard, warriors. The Zerg are attacking the temple from all 3 sides at once.
So be it. The guard moves. Receiving. We stand watch. Our blades meet.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
The Shadow Guard waits. Give us your command. We stand watch. Our blades meet the enemy.
You must construct.
I walk the shadowed path. None shall break us.
You must construct addition.
The Master's gaze falls on your shadowed world.
By the gods, I have never seen such abomination. Warriors, focus all cannons on the hybrid. We must defend the temple.
We stand watch. May our blades strike true. We await our charge.
It is done. The Zenith Stones have been destroyed. Once your task is complete, the temple can be overloaded.
Understood. And the temple alignment is proceeding well. Now, we wait for the Zerg.
I
unrelenting.
Ever vigilant. The dark.
Hierarch, I have never borne witness to so many Zerg. Was this the threat my mother once faced?
No, Matriarch. This threat is a far greater one, and it will take all we have to resist it.
Clever. I am but a phantom.
Receiving.
You seek ours.
Base is under attack.
Engaging forward.
Our blades meet the enemy.
You must place that in a...
From the shadows I come. What would you
Engaging foes.
I bask in the twilight. Fear is an illusion.
Awaiting instructions. Engaging foe. Transmit.
The moment approaches, warriors. The temple is realigning. It will be ready soon.
Hierarch, I have discovered a solarite cache beneath the Zelnaga temple. If we can hold longer, I should be able to retrieve it.
Begin the retrieval process, Karax. We will hold the temple as long as we can. Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Engaging foe.
Base is under attack.
Engaging foe.
I am but a phantom.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Engaging foe.
Base is under attack.
Meet the enemy. From the shadows I come. Jakku.
Our pylon is under attack. Base is under attack. Base is under attack. Base is under attack. The temple thruns with energy. It is ready.
Solarite retrieval is still in progress. If we can hold on just a while longer...
Base is under attack. Templar, initiate dimensional recall. Get to safety, now!
The Zerg are poised to breach the temple.
Have faith, Matriarch. Your fallen people cry out for vengeance, and they shall have it.
Said that those of our kind suffer, separated from the glory of the Kala. None of us are ever truly alone. For our warrior hearts are bound by honor, traditions. Battle is waged in the name of the many. The brave, whose generation after generation choose the mantle of Dark Templar.
The Solar Matrix Core. Truly an impressive sight.
A synthetic star. Imagine what went into its creation. This chamber provides power to the Spear of Adun and all its systems. Its radiance even contributes nourishment for our warriors.
How long until you can bring its tactical systems online?
System analysis has begun, but the star has lain dormant for an eon. It will take time, and a powerful ignition catalyst like Solarite to restore it to full capacity.
Solarite? The Firstborn haven't utilized Solarite in millennia.
This vessel is ancient, Hierarch. We will need to exhaust even unconventional resources if we are to bring it to bear.
Do what you can, Phase Smith. We will acquire what you need.
Very well. You may begin augmenting the solar core whenever you are ready. Select the core to start reviewing your options, Hierarch.
You look different, Phase Smith.
Ah, you must be referring to these mechanical arms. I constructed them to improve my efficiency while running the solar core. So far, they have been quite helpful. This array displays an overview of the Spear of Adun's weapon and support systems. Each system can only be configured to have one active ability at a time. You may select different abilities to complement your tactical decisions in different battles, Hierarch. Our current available Solarite is displayed here. Any leftover Solarite can be routed to our auxiliary systems. You may begin diverting Solarite now.
The Nerazim fought valiantly beside us, even unto the destruction of their world. Why?
Their homeworld has always been Ire. They have never forgotten it, or the sacrifice that delivered them to safety.
You speak of Adun. So saith Judicator Zentheon. Adun failed to eradicate the rogue tribes, those who call themselves the Dark Templar. We witnessed the burst of the Twilight Star. In that treasonous instant, Adun ushered the heretics and himself to fate, purifying Ire of their taint, but allowing them life.
Treason? Adun chose mercy rather than committing genocide. This was a noble act, Preserver.
Was it? I see history through the eyes of those who lived it, Artanis.
Perhaps this is why you are blind to all that is before you. History's truths are only ever understood looking through the backwards lens, seeing its consequences take root.
As a preserver, I have always experienced history as a living, breathing now, as those who experienced it in the moment did. Perhaps I should consider the way you view it.
An utter deed, Shakuras. Shakuras is gone. It has become one with the eternal night. But the traditions we forged there will remain with us forever.
Is that still possible, Matriarch?
More so than you may realize. What do you know of the Shadow Walk, Artanis?
Little. Your people closely guard their customs.
It is our most sacred rite of passage. The Initiate stands alone. Members of her tribe strike against her from the shadows. If she endures, she becomes a Shadow Hunter, true Dark Templar.
Why do you speak of this?
You stood alone, as Dark Templar. against countless enemies, risking your life for the many. You have walked as we have. You have walked the shadow path already, Artanis. You no longer have the Kala. You are Dark Templar.
First Ire, and now Shakuras. All that we have held dear is crumbling around us. Despite this, we must press on. The Terrans of Korhal have in their possession the Xel'Naga Keystone, which Zeratul foresaw would lead to our salvation. Though I have not seen Commander Raynor in many solar returns, I believe he will give the Keystone to us. Evasive war!
Protoss vessel, this is Commander James Raynor. Artanis? Man, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Friend Raynor, you seem rather occupied.
Just another day at the office.
Who are these insurgents?
Call themselves Mobius Corps. An elite guard that used to work for Dr. Narud. They've been striking worlds throughout the sector, leaving few survivors. Each world attacked reported hybrid leading them.
Then truly, no world is beyond Amon's reach.
Reinforce those bulkheads. Reposition the Mark 7 Alpha. We need to form a battle line. They've overrun Sky Shield, our orbital defense platform. Looks like they've destroyed its atmospheric stabilizers. It's falling fast. If it crashes, it'll obliterate Augustgrad.
We will ensure that does not happen, Commander. Engage their fleet and keep their assault at bay.
Like old times, buddy. Like old times.
Amon will not rest until every living thing is under his dominion.
It seems fate has drawn us together once again, James Raynor.
I'd call it luck.
Luck is a concept that is purely human in origin. We Protoss see the synchronicity of events, and know there is a grander design behind them.
It don't matter how you see it. The result's the same. So what brought you all the way out here, Artanis?
Zeratul believed that the artifact in your possession, the Keystone, he called it, could guide us to the Xel'Naga.
Where's Zeratul now?
The Dark Prelate fell on Ire. His last hope was that I would continue his quest and find a way to stop Amon.
Damn it. Always knew there was only one way this quest of his was gonna end.
His loss is great. I know you called him friend.
I went through hell to get that artifact because of his damned fool prophecies. Lost a lot of good men. If he wanted you to have it, take it. It's yours. Right now, though, we got a city to save. Sky Shield's in serious trouble, old buddy. If we can't bring it back online, Augustgrad's gonna take a nuclear-sized impact. Mobius Corps soldiers are on the platform now, and those guys are suicidal. Rather die than let us stop them. This ain't good. Sky Shield's not gonna last much longer. At this rate, we've got maybe 10 minutes left till it lands smack dab on our capital.
Your suspicions were correct, Commander. Mobius Core is disabling the platform's atmospheric stabilizers as we speak.
The damage appears repairable, Hierarch.
Yeah, assuming Mobius Core leaves anything left to repair. Artanis, if you can clear out those troops, my boys can patch up those stabilizers. That should buy us some extra time.
We must move quickly. It will take the combined power of all 5 stabilizers to halt the platform's descent.
You have not enough minerals. The central stabilizer is nearby. Securing it first will deliver us a staging ground to assault the other 4. You have not enough minerals. Enough minerals. You have not...
I walk the shadowed path.
You have not enough minerals.
For very soon. So be it. We shall shield this world. The planet moves.
Durability calculations updated.
Commander, your construction vehicles can begin their repairs.
Thanks, Artanis. My boys are putting a sensor tower here. Should alert you if Mobius Core swings through this area.
You must place that in a power field.
I am detecting an electromagnetic weapon ahead. The pulse emanating from these devices will slowly damage our shields. But their solarite reactors may be useful to us. Destroying these devices would be highly advised.
We shall shield this world. Eternally resolute.
You require more Vespene.
My conjecture was correct. These solarite reactors can be used to improve the solar core's energy output. I detect 2 more of these devices on the platform. If possible, you should seek them out.
Not clever. I am intrigued. Alakur de Shakad.
You require more Vespene gas.
From the shadows I come. I walk.
You must place that in a power field.
Naspim Unagar. Live I bask in the twilight.
Mobius Corps is mobilizing an attack against our Nexus point. Rally our defenses.
Darkness is
You seek ours.
You require more Vespene gas.
Upgrade complete.
Twilight. You seek ours. Fear isn't a what? Would you not, Jakku?
Nice work cleaning out that base, Artanis. Raiders, let's keep this ground secure.
I am the blade of Jakku.
If possible, we should warp in more photon cannons. They will help our Nexus point defend against enemy incursions.
Bask in the twilight.
give us none.
The darkness ride.
You require more Vespene gas.
From the shadows I come. I walk the shadowed path.
I bask in the twilight.
Battle is upon us. Clever blades meet the enemy.
I am intrigued. I am but a...
Revising durability estimates.
Nice work. Got a repair crew inbound. Heads up. Looks like Mobius Corps is starting to reinforce the stabilizers. Expect some heavier resistance.
Meet the enemy.
I am the blade of the Narazine.
Upgrade complete.
Clever. I will comply. By the book.
The shadow.
Fear is an illusion. I am intrigued. Clever. Jakku Enoch. I will comply. I am intrigued. By the book. I am the blade of the Narazine.
A third stabilizer has been cleared of enemy forces.
Gotcha. Repairs underway. Man, you're sure pissing Mobius Corps off. A lot of troops guarding the stabilizers. Make sure you got enough forces to engage.
Warping aboard the Solarite reactor now.
The darkness rides. You seek our service. The darkness rides. Cartoon. I am intrigued. By the book. I am intrigued. I am the blade of the Narazine. I am but a phantom. I will come.
You have not enough mineral.
From the shadows I come.
Cartoon.
Right on. One less Mobius Corps base to deal with. My boys got it from here, Artanis.
The blade of the Narazine. Jaku, Nasperu Uladar. I walk the shadowed path. Jaku, Enoch. I am but a phantom. The darkness rises.
The final Solarite reactor is being warped aboard now. I will begin installing them as soon as possible.
Clever.
You require more Vespene gas.
From the shadows I come. I am intrigued. I am but a phantom. Clever.
Durability calculations updated.
Only one stabilizer still remains in enemy hands. We must make haste.
The shadow I walk blades meet.
You require more Vespene gas.
From the shadows I come. I am the blade of the Nerazine.
Friend Raynor, Sky Shield has been stabilized, and Mobius Core is retreating.
Admiral Horner will take control of the station from here. Gotta say, I owe you big time for this one, partner.